Right, we've not got a video for this week on YouTube, so what are we doing?
What? Are you recording?
I am recording.
Don't know. I'm on Hyros and I'm checking bloody analytics. I'm watching YouTube at the same time, obviously, because I'm a
Right.
YouTube kid.
Right, well, what's bothering you?
What's bothering me? What was the thing? What's Will Smith's son's name again? Is it Jaden?
Yeah.
The economic financial state of the world. Remember he says that? He wanted friends to talk about stuff like that. You little gimp. What a gimp. What's bothering me now? In terms of specific to what we do, or just like in the world.
Maybe keep it relevant to business.
Marketing stuff. Oh, I was talking about this with Antonio the other day because he's an advocate for this service. Let me turn my fan off now, even though it's sweating. I I'm a certified hater when it comes to influencer marketing. Certified hater. Not a fan at all.
Why?
Plainly because I don't think it works. I think there are influencers in the world. I hate that term, first of all, but I think there's influencers in the world that can make products and businesses that are successful with their own traffic. But I think the model and how we understand influencers or the act of influencing, I think is very, very, very weak. I cannot see how a business could consistently grow choosing to spend their money on getting essentially shout outs from people in comparison to spending that money on a paid advertising campaign. It's so much more targeted. Obviously, every industry, like if you're doing a fitness thing, you would go to like a fitness influencer because you would assume that they have a better audience. The reality is, by the way, we've got analytical tools like Social Blade and stuff like that we use. When I see different influencers, and by the way, loads of people think because I'm saying influencers, I'm just talking about women. I'm talking about men and women. If you're a male and you refer to yourself as an influencer, you need to have a bloody look in the mirror, right? But we've got analytical tools. So many of the audiences are just fake. They're just not real, mate. Like, so many of them have complete bot audiences. It's clear as day. You can see it on Social Blade. It's so clear. So a lot of these people, you're probably paying money to them for fake traffic. Like, I done a YouTube video on this years ago about one of those celebrity giveaways. You know, you see like Cardi B or someone and they're like, hey, we're giving away 3 PlayStations and 100 grand in cash. But I done one as a YouTube case study. I don't know if you remember this, the Floyd Mayweather one that I done.
Yeah.
I done a giveaway with Floyd Mayweather. And essentially, I worked it out, and the way they do it is they do this giveaway. Nobody follows you off the back of it. And then they go and buy bot followers and send them to you. So that when you turn around and go, oh, all the followers I got were kind of crap. Oh, no, but you got 10,000 followers or whatever it is. So I kind of pulled out of it before it happened as to not get all those bots in my account. See what influencers, right? If you land on someone's profile, by the way, do you know who is the greatest example of an influencer who's actually grabbed a business idea and absolutely smashed it? Jamie Genevieve.
How's that?
Look at what she done with the Vive makeup line. It's incredible. Now, I'm not just saying that because she lived across the road from me and me and her husband follow each other online and all that, and I actually follow her. I don't follow influencers, but I follow her because I look at that and I'm like, oh, she done a Series A round of funding and smashed it, and like they have very, very small amounts of paid promotion because she clearly is putting all the time into promoting her own brand, which I think is amazing, right? But when I go on someone's profile and they're like an influencer or whatever, and in the same calendar month they've promoted 6 different clothing brands. Oh, gals, this is the best. Like, love this brand. Use my code Richard10 at checkout. There is the genuineness of that recommendation is clearly totally fake because they've done the same type of brand 10 times in 1 month. Oh, I got this skinny tea or this like they promote 3 or 4 different types of the same industry and expect you to take that opinion with, value. I know so many businesses that have used influencer marketing, right? So give them free stuff or pay them to come along and post about different things. And by the way, loads of people that come forward to me, bigger businesses, and just ask different advice and stuff, they'll say, oh, I spoke to this influencer. It'll be someone in Glasgow still has 100k followers. They asked for 10 grand for a post. I'm like, what? 10 grand for a post? Like, and how do you attribute revenue to that? Or you don't. It's purely speculative. I'm like, if you spent 10 grand on an actual ad campaign, you'd be able to track it. You'd be able to keep the data afterwards for retargeting. You've got, you take in consideration lifetime value of the customers. It's worth a lot more, in my opinion. So when you see, like, businesses, of which I know many, that use influencer marketing and have people come along and shout them out, I have friends that have had people with 150,000 audiences, 200,000 audiences shout out their clothing store, shout out their reselling business, their hospitality business, and get 5, 6 followers off the back of it. Because these audiences are like melted with consistently being pitched to and being offered every single day. And my opinion is, outside of the influencers who've started their own businesses, like Jamie Genevieve, I don't know the girl, I think it's Abby Blythe, but I believe she has a clothing line called Bly or something like that, which from what I have heard from other people appears to be doing really well. I couldn't tell you anything about it, but I've heard that it's doing really well. That's a great example of leveraging your audience to go and create a brand. But outside of that, I don't think people realise how little money there probably is. Because on the same hand, I'm talking about friends getting shout-outs from people that have got like 200k followers and stuff like that. Or like, these people doing these shout-outs for like, a free trackie. Like 200,000 audience willing to share something for a free trackie that is RRP maybe 100 quid, but maybe cost £20 to manufacture. If I had a genuine audience of 200,000 people, I wouldn't be on this video just now. No, I would not be on this video just now, because I've generated nearly all of my revenue through Instagram or ads on the Instagram/Meta platforms, and I know how much money that's made. And if I 10x'd my audience, knowing how much we done organically at the start, if I 10x my audience, I wouldn't be making this video just now. I would be chilling. Like, I would have made a huge sum of money. So the fact that someone would undervalue their audience so much and be like, oh, 200,000 people, yeah, I'll swap that for, a German doner kebab launch night. That's nuts. You're crazy, right? And I would love to have, by the way, maybe more influencers or people with these size of audience come to, not even strictly people like me. I know Scott McClure's got something like this, if I remember right, but partner with people who are good at running traffic, good at building brands, good at like getting sales into a business. There's an Asian guy that does this in Dubai, who done Big Day with Iman Gadzi and the Gadzi sunglasses. He done Newtonic with Chris Williams and James Smith PT. A bunch of these different Mike Thurston's fitness app. He done all these things by partnering with creators, and he just builds a business and all the systems and all the marketing, and they're just the face of it and go and do it, and they do some type of revenue share. That would work amazingly. But there's no money in influencing. Like, I have parents come to me, oh, if you have any tips for my kid, they want to be an influencer. I'm like, yeah, don't. I genuinely don't know if any of them are sustaining high quality lives. It's really easy because you're going to all these nice events that you have to dress up for and stuff like that, and it looks really good, like this great style of life. I know what some people pay influencers and pay different agencies and stuff like that, and it's not a considerable amount of money. I would imagine that most of them work alongside what they do, but which, by the way, I'm not hating on. It's totally fine, but I think it's portrayed definitely in a different way. If I was a business and I had a chance to spend £1,000 on bringing a popular local influencer to my shop or whatever it may be, or I had the chance to spend £1,000 on a really, really cheap Facebook ads campaign, I know what I'm going to pick every single time, because I have the say over where that Facebook ads traffic comes from. I can be as specific as I want: ages, locations, interests. Can't do that with influencers. It's very, very hard to understand if the audience is genuine if you're just a common person, So that's something that's been annoying me a lot recently, because I see so many people putting their faith in influencers and drumming up money to be able to afford these exorbitant fees for a post online, and I've seen in the back end that it generally does nothing. And by the way, I'm always open for my opinion to be changed. If someone's watching this and you've had great success with it, or you run an agency doing this thing, I'm not looking to argue with you or say that you're wrong or debate you on blooming FaceTime, but I would love to see data that proves me wrong consistently over a long period of time. Because I think influencer marketing just now is just the in thing. That's what I think, mate, ultimately. I think it's just the in thing that people are doing for the time being, and they think it's getting them good traffic, because not many people are actually tracking the marketing. Now, maybe I have a 10 grand a month marketing budget. Some is spent on influencers and agency, some is spent on Facebook ads, some is spent on IG ads, some is spent on Google pay per click, and from their 10 grand, they look at the end of the month and go, we made 20 grand from a marketing. Nice, it's a double up. It's like, put 10 grand in, get 20 grand back. Sweet, I'm 10 grand in profit. But they don't actually analyse where that traffic comes from. I think I've spoken about this in a YouTube video before, actually. To actually analyse where that traffic comes from. And I think if you were to compare over long periods of time for sustainability, real paid traffic, PPC, keywords, Facebook ads, Meta ads, versus influencer marketing, there would be one clear, extremely dominant winner. There's obviously going to be people out there who've launched a product and got someone massive to do a shout out on it and it's went really well consistently across the board. I don't think it can be compared to paid traffic. I think people do it because it makes them feel cool that someone with 100k followers has shared the business. So yeah, I personally think influencer marketing is a farce, a bubble, and I would encourage the influencers, if you have a large, real audience, you're not buying fake followers and fake engagement, if you have a large, real audience, build a brand for yourself. Even if it means you have to give 50%, 60% of it to someone else, if all you need to do is put your face on it, you're going to make a lot more money than getting a free Nando's to post to a 200,000 person audience that you had to work hard to create. Because I don't imagine it's easy, really. People probably think it's really easy. You're probably talking about agencies a lot and companies and negotiating and all that kind of stuff. At least do it for the majority of your own benefit, because I think influencer marketing is going to die very, very soon. It's the NFTs of marketing. It's going to come, have a little buzz for a while, and then everyone's going to realise how poor it is, in my opinion. So yeah, that's my Tuesday musings, mate. That's what that is.
Right, that'll do then.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. Catch you, mate. I'm going back to YouTube and high roast. Real marketing on high roast, baby. That's what we're doing.
What, just street fighting videos then,
Street beefs.
Yeah.
Street beefs, that's what I watch all day. Little Red Bull, some street beefs. Can't whack it. It's the best.